Hey, Shalom. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, underneath Commander General Yohana. This is Isupk, South Carolina, Sabbath service. All right, we're about to begin. Men of Israel, Adju. Yep, we're going to blow the horn.
Ah, sir. Scrolls.
We're going to call up the first brother.
Okay.
We're going to call up the first brother. Officer Mardaki. He's going to step up and state his registry.
Mardaki, Banya Hauda, Banya Shala.
Mardaki, Banya Hauda, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Brakatham.
Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Brakatham. We're gonna pick up this Salaki. You can blow the horn again.
Yes, sir. Call, sir.
That's on the biscuit or something.
The teleporter.
La Yashala.
La
Yashala.
We're gonna cover the scrolls. Alright, we're gonna turn to the east. We're gonna begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Call, sir. Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabashamayim.
Shabashamayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwutka.
Malakwutka.
Raba'ah.
Raba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Asha.
Asha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawab.
Kawab.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kawawaknawa.
Kawawaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kawawakyanawa.
Kawawaknawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Raba'ayanawa.
Raba'ayanawa.
Anasayawan.
Anasayawan.
Abal.
Kabal.
Awashayanawa.
Awashayanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kayab.
Kayab.
Lakaf.
Lakaf.
Hamalakwaf.
Hamalakwaf.
Wahalab.
Wahalab.
Wahathaporev.
Wahathaporev.
La'awanyam.
La'awanyam.
Aman.
Amen. What we just said in the English was, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom
Thy
come.
will be done in
Will be
earth
done on earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily
Forgive
bread.
us our debts.
Give us our
As
debts.
we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our debtors.
Lead us not.
Lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us
but
from evil.
deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom,
And the power.
and the power,
And the glory.
and the glory
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Aman. Hakak the power. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kusha.
Nathan Lanawa.
Nathan Lanawa.
Hakak.
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 Larpa'ah.
Larpa'ah.
Kal Malakah.
Malakah.
Wakal Marawa.
Wakal Marawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lata'ah.
Lata'ah.
Amatazarium.
Amatazarium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwiyam.
Lahakwiyam.
Amathium.
Amathium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Arakal.
Arakal.
Salaki, sir. Arakawaf.
Arakawaf.
Amatala.
Amatala.
Agarsham.
Agarsham.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Amen. What we just said in the English was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power the power to cleanse the lepers.
The power against the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Water. Bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashem Yahushai.
Bashem
Barak
Yahushai.
Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Washarala.
Washarala.
Wayabayav.
Wayabayav.
Sapariam.
Sapariam.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Magan.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
That's it, sir.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
The young men.
Young men.
The sisters.
Sisters.
The children.
Children.
The students.
Students.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. Bashem Yahushai.
Hashem
The
Yahushua.
water.
The water.
Aman.
Amen. What we just said in the English was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushai.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless Heal, Shield, Protect.
Bless Heal, Shield, and Protect
our loved ones.
our loved
In
ones.
the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
it.
Water. Psalms 121. Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahoriam,
Ahoriam,
Ayan,
Ayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Azariah,
Azariah,
Azariah Ma'aim,
Azariah Ma'aim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ashah,
Ashah,
Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Waratazah,
Waratazah,
Ayatan,
Ayatan,
Ramawat,
Ramawat,
Magalyaka,
Magalyaka,
Ayadawam,
Ayadawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hanala'ah,
Hanala'ah,
Yanaham,
Yanaham,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yashan,
Yashan,
Ashamar,
Ashamar,
Asharala,
Asharala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Ayad,
Ayad,
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka,
Yamamam,
Yamamam,
Ashamash,
Shamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Walayala,
Walayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Bakal Rai,
Bakal Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Afna Pashka,
Pashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaatka,
Tazaatka,
Wabaatka,
Wabaatka,
Ma'ata,
Ma'ata,
Wa'aid,
Wa'aid,
Awalam.
What we just said in the English was, I will lift up my eyes.
Lift up my eyes
to the hills.
to the hills.
From which come my help?
Which cometh my help?
My help come from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee without slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth
Shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
will neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all
He shall
evil.
preserve thy soul.
Preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forward
And even forevermore.
and even forevermore. The water. Psalms 83. Alahayam. Aldamayah. Lakah. Al-Thakarash,
Al-Thakarash,
all,
Wa'al,
Lashaqat,
Lashaqat,
all,
all,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awiyabajika,
Abayajika,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Makah,
Al-Makah,
Ya'armi, Salaki, Yarayamwa,
Yarayamwa,
Zawada,
Zawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Yatazawa,
Yatazawa,
Altazawanyaka, Armawa, Lanawa, Wanakakadam,
Wanakakadam,
Magaya,
Magaya,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yakazah,
Yakazah,
Sham,
Sham,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Awada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Natazawa,
Natazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al-Yalka,
Al-Yalka,
Bariyath,
Bariyath,
Yakarath,
Nakarath,
Ahalyab,
Ahalyab,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Washamai,
Washamai,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Mawaba,
Mawaba,
Magariam,
Magariam,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wamawan,
Wamawan,
Wamalak,
Wamalak,
Balashat,
Balashat,
Am Yashabyaka,
Yashabyaka,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum,
Gum,
Ashawar,
Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Ayawa,
Ayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya,
Labanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Asha,
Asha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadian,
Kamadian,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sarai,
Sarai,
Kabadian,
Kabadian,
Banakol,
Banakol,
Kwashwan,
Kwashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Bayan,
Bayan,
Dawa,
Dawa,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
Larama,
Larama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yamawa,
Yamawa,
Karab,
Karab,
Wazaba,
Wazaba,
Wazabak,
Wazabak,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazal,
Mana'ah,
Mana'ai,
Kol,
Kol,
Nasayamwa,
Nasamamya,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nasharishab,
Nasharishab,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Af, Na'awaf, Alahayam, Alahayah, Saryathamwa, Kagaya, Kakwash, Lapanya, Raka'ah, Mayash, Naba'ari, Ara, Walahaba, Thalahat, Arorium, Khan, Naradakma, Basa'arika, Wasaba, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'ah, Manyaham, Malawan, Wayabashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Bashwa, Waya, Bahalwa, Ayaid, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Da'awa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadwa, Ayawan, Akal, Arataza.
What we just said in the English was, keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence,
O God.
O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O
Be not
Yahweh.
still, O Yahweh.
For lo thy enemies.
Lo thy enemies
Make
make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
They that hate thee
have lifted up their head.
have lifted up their
They
heads.
have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And have consulted against thy hidden
They have
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said,
Come.
Come.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a
In the
nation.
name of Israel.
The name of
There
Israel
be no more remembrance.
shall be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee,
The tabernacles of Edom.
the tabernacles of Edom,
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites
Of Moab.
of Moab,
And the Hagarenes.
the Hagarenes,
Gabal.
Gabal,
And Ammon.
and Ammon,
And Amalek.
Amalek,
The Philistines.
the Philistines,
With the inhabitants. With the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with
Shur
them.
is also joined with them.
They are hoping.
They have hoping.
The children of Lot.
The children of Lot,
Salah. Do unto them.
do unto them
As unto the
as
Midianites.
unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Syria,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
At the brook of Kasan.
the brook Kasan,
Which perished at Endor.
which perished at
And
Endor,
they became as dung for the
and
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a rab.
Make their nobles like a rab,
Like Ze'er.
like Ze'er,
Yea.
yea,
All their princes as Zabah.
all the princes above,
And as Amunah.
and as a
Who
Munah,
said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of Yahweh in possession.
house of Yahweh in possession.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a
As
wheel,
to stumble before the wind.
stumble before the
As
wind,
the fire burneth their wood.
and the fire that burned the
As
wood,
the flame set the mountains on fire.
the flame that set the mountains on
So
fire,
persecute them.
so persecute them
with thy tempest.
with thy tempest,
And make them afraid.
and make them
With
afraid
thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill thy faces with shame,
That they may seek thy name.
they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Let them be confounded.
let them be confounded
In trouble.
and trouble
Forever.
forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame.
let them be put to shame
And perish.
and perish.
That men may know.
Let men may know
That thou.
that
Whose name
whose
alone.
name alone
Is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Are the most high.
the most high
Over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sharp, we're going to turn back. We're going to sit the scrolls down. Select minutes where we're going to be seated.
That's the water. Yeah. That's the water. Where we at now?
Well, Genesis 47 and 16.
47, 16.
Reading out of the Tanakh, Genesis 47, 16, sir. Well, Yah Amara. Wawa Yawasap. Habawa Makwa Na Yakam Waya Thanaha Lakam Bama Kwana Yakam Am Apash Kasap, verse 17. Waya Baya wa ata makwa na yaham slaki makwa na yaham Allah ya wasab wa yatan lakam ya wasab lakam basa kwasayam waba makwanai hataza ayan waba makwanaha haba kwara waba kamarayam waya nahalam bala kam bakal makwa naham bashana wa'a, verse 18. Watatam, hashanaha, wa'a, ba'awa, alaya, bashana, hasha, nayath, waya'a, marawa, la'a, nakad, ma'adanaya, kaya, thumb, hakasap, wama, kwanaha, haba, hamaha, Allah, Adanaya, Allah, Nasha, Ara, Lapa, Naya, Adanaya, Labataya, Gawa, Gawaya, Thanawa, Wa'adamathanawa, verse 19, Lama, Nama wata la'ai yanawak yawak gum naka nawa gum ada mata nawa kunaha atanawa wa'af adamata nawa laba lakam waka salaki wana ha yaha anakan nawa wa ada matal nawa I badaw yam lapa ra'a atan zara'ai wana ka yaha Wala'a Nama Waf Wata Adama Allah Athasham, verse 20. What I got there from 16. Waya Kwan Yawasa Atha Kala Adamat Ada Mata Amatazariyam Apa Ra'a Kaya Makarawa Matazariyam Asha Ishada Hawa Kaya Kazakwa Ala Kokam Hara'ab Wata Haya Ha'a Rataza Lapa Ra'a, verse 21. Wayatha Haya'id Ha'ai Ba Wara Athawa I la rayama makwata za I gaba wa al mataza rayama wa ada wa ada wa aid salakia kwata za hawa verse 22 Rakwa Adamath Haka Hanawiyama La'a Kwanaha Kaya Kakwa Alaka Hanayama Ma'av Para'aith Para'a Wa'a Kalawa Katha Kakwama Ashar Nathan Lakama Para'aha Allah Isle Khan La'a Makara Wa Atha Adama the Yum. That's it, sir. 16.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47, verse 16. And Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you your cattle if money fail.
Right, so now we're going into the part where... You sure we wasn't past this? Is this one the...
You said verse 16, right?
This is where I left off last time, sir.
Is this...
From last week.
Has his family already been inside of Egypt and everything?
No, he had not officially by the Pharaoh. Pharaoh let he let him in and wanted to find out who can do the herds because they wanted to know because the sheep in their land was not good, and Joseph introduced them and tell them that they were sheep herders.
Okay, come let's start up maybe a couple more verses up.
Okay.
Verse 14, sir?
Verse 13, maybe something.
We at 14.
We at 16 right now, sir.
Let's start at the beginning of it.
47?
47, come.
47, sir.
Like 47 and 1, sir? Or?
Yeah, come.
Okay. All right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47, verse 1. Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh and said, my father and my brethren and their flocks and their herds and all that they have are come out of the land of Canaan.
Right, so now Joseph has went to the Pharaoh because Joseph is second in command over Egypt. So he goes to the Pharaoh and tells Pharaoh about his family, how his father and his brother have come from their land. Go ahead.
Come. Are come out of the land of Canaan, and behold, they are in the land of Goshen. Verse 2, and he took some of his brethren, even 5 men, and presented them unto Pharaoh.
Right, so he brought 5 of his brothers with him, and he told Pharaoh about how his brothers were not living in Egypt, like these stupid Egyptologists like to believe that they were living in the land of Goshen, which is outside of the land of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Like on the outskirts. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 3, and Pharaoh said unto his brethren, what is your occupation?
And Pharaoh said to his brothers, this is what he asked his brothers. Let's find out what Pharaoh asked Joseph's brothers. Go ahead.
And they said unto Pharaoh, thy servants are shepherds.
He said that what?
Thy servants are shepherds.
He said that your servants are shepherds. Go ahead.
Both we and also our fathers.
He said us and our fathers. Go ahead.
Verse 4. They said moreover unto Pharaoh, for to sojourn in the land are we come, for thy servants have no pasture for their flocks.
Right, so they're letting Pharaoh know, like, if we come inside of the land of Egypt, it's not going to be anywhere where we can herd our flock. Because you got to understand, Egypt was pretty much like New York City back then. Like, you can't, that's like if you're trying to have a herd of cows and you bring them to New York City to try to feed them. Like around here in South Carolina, we got tons of fields around here. And people have, cows, goats, and everything. They herd all of these different animals. Now imagine you trying to bring that herd of animals to New York City to live in the city with you, and you try to herd them. Like, what the hell you gonna feed them?
Right.
So they're letting Pharaoh know that they can't bring their animals inside the city because they can't feed them. Go ahead, because you got it.
Yeah, now, and if I could say, sir, not to mention, you're right. They're sitting in a desert, and their green pasture is limited.
Right. You can't bring them to the city.
God,
You know, back then Egypt was the superpower of the earth back then.
God.
And you can only imagine how glorious this city must have looked. You know, they wasn't trying to keep, you know, that country life pretty much. Like, they didn't have all the grass and I mean, I'm not saying they didn't have some grass, but it wasn't enough to flock any animal, you know, to feed a herd of animals, man.
God.
Go ahead.
We come for thy servants and have no pasture for their flocks. For the famine is sore in the land of Canaan. Now, therefore, we pray thee, let thy servants dwell in the land of Goshen.
Let them do what?
Let them dwell in the land of Goshen.
Nah, let us be around everybody.
Let them dwell in the land of Goshen.
They asked Pharaoh not to let us all join together and be one, not to join hands with each other and live amongst each other. They said, let us dwell in the land of Goshen, man. Let us not be amongst y'all.
Right.
That was glorious. You know, even back then, we never had a desire to live amongst these heathens, man. We were wise enough to know what would happen if you decided to live amongst these heathens, man. But now, with your Christian leaders, they think we all should just get along and hold hands. And, you know, when you say, when it says in the scriptures, you know, honor thy neighbor or something like that, they think it's talking about a Caucasian or Asian.
That's right, sir.
No.
And if I could too, you understand, like this so heavy and you know, so prominent in the black community, even though we in the hoods of America, we feel comfortable there. You understand,
right.
like, you know, versus going out to, you know, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, where, you know, of course black people are out there, but how they acting? You know what I'm saying? Like, they not acting, you know, like they're, you know, like they're too culture and they, you know, what's truly inside of them.
That's right.
They are literally, you know, transforming their mindsets of, oh, well, I stay out here, so I have to act like them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I have to, put on my mask and say, oh, hey, John, hey, Susan, hey, Karen, how's everything going? But in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, brothers, you know, having cookouts, you understand? You know, like, it's just so much, you know, like black people feel more safe, even though it's, how America perceives it as all, you know, they just, you know, N-words and, you know, like they just all these abominable things, but we feel safer there.
Damn,
you know, I mean, like any black person would say that they feel safer in the hood, even though, you understand, of course, you know, like, you know, due to drugs and, you know, homosexuality, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? All that is done by white supremacy, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you think about that, if all that is taken out, man, listen, man, the hoods will just be, flourishing. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, I don't want to keep going about that, because I keep going on. It's like, so.
Nah, what the brother's saying, it's so heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we're seeing, what Joseph did was a wise thing, man. He put his people on a pedestal, but also he didn't even let Pharaoh know it.
Right.
Joseph was wise enough to know that we are stronger together than rather being with everybody else. Let's build each other up, man. Let's all come together and we build our own rather than come inside of Egypt and help them to build Egypt. What Joseph did was very wise, man. You got it up.
No, she's gonna be in the truck. Shalai, verse 5. And Pharaoh spake unto Joseph, saying, Thy father and thy brethren are come unto thee. Verse 6. The land of Egypt is before thee. In the best of the land make thy fathers and brethren to dwell. Shalai,
go ahead. You got it.
In the land of Goshen, let them dwell. And if thou knowest any man of activity among them, then make them rulers over my cattle.
Damn. And Pharaoh said, listen, I'm going to make you, y'all can be over all my cattle. You know how much power you have, man, if you're over a cattle?
That's right.
Guess what? That's how you feed people.
That's right.
Unless you're a vegetarian.
Right.
But I think a lot of people enjoy good meals with goat, beef, beef, chicken. Like, Pharaoh didn't even know how much power he gave us back then when he told us to be over all of his cattle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God.
these Egyptians, they looked at us being cattle herders as something that was disgusting. But Joseph was wise enough to know, like, listen, if y'all over the cattle, we don't have to be around them. Then he was already over the crops.
Okay.
You feed people.
Right.
You in control. You pretty much run everything. You go ahead.
Okay, sir. Any man of activity among them, then make them rulers over my cattle. Verse 7. And Joseph brought in Jacob, his father, and set him before Pharaoh. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Verse 8.
Read that again. Jacob did what?
Kind, sir. And Joseph brought in Jacob, his father, and set him before Pharaoh, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh.
He blessed Pharaoh. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Pharaoh said unto Jacob, how old art thou? And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, the days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years.
Joseph had been alive. Jacob had been alive for 130 years.
Wow.
130.
Right.
Sheesh. Imagine if you got to live 130 years and all the things you have seen. Go ahead, you got it.
Few and evil the days of the years of my life been, and have not attained unto the days of the years of the life of my fathers, in the days of their pilgrimage. Verse 10. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh, and went out before Pharaoh, and Joseph placed his father and his brethren, and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Ramesses, and Pharaoh had commanded. 12. And Joseph nourished his father and his brethren and all his father's household with bread according to their families. 13. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine.
The whole land had started to hit a famine because there was no bread. I mean, Africa still goes through that now, where you got to drop a bag of rice from a parachute
Right.
just to hit one of them filthy Ethiopians in the head. You know, they looking in the sky praying for rice to rain out of the sky.
That's right, sir.
This happened in Egypt back then, and the Most High still allows it to happen in different parts of Africa right now.
Right.
Where there's a famine in different lands. You look on the TV, damn fly is on somebody's eyeball, taking whatever nutrition it can from that eyeball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God, sir.
this famine had hit Egypt, man, and
Wow.
it was devastating. Like, they were literally just like eating bread, and only a couple households had bread, man.
Right.
You got it out.
Kind, sir. Liar. 14. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt.
He did what?
And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt.
So Joseph took all the money that was left in Egypt, because guess what? It's a famine.
God.
If you starving, you ain't gonna give a damn about no money, man.
That's right, sir.
You ain't gonna care about no money if you in the
Damn right.
If you starved out. Like when America hits that type of point, ain't nobody gonna be caring about thousands of dollars.
That's right.
Right.
You'll give $1 million for 3 pieces of bread.
Right. Damn right.
So who got bread? Oh, he got bread. How much you want for the bread? $3 million. I got $3 million. I want the bread.
Right.
Oh,
So
God.
Joseph was smart. He took all the money out of the land of Egypt. Joseph knew already that this famine wasn't going to last forever. It was only for 7 years. And he was smart. He took all the money out of the land of Egypt. Go ahead.
And in the land of Canaan, for the corn which they brought, which they bought, and Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house.
He brought the money into Pharaoh's house too. Go ahead.
And when money failed in the land of Egypt,
When money what?
failed in the land of Egypt,
When the money fell in the land of Egypt, look, money isn't everything.
That's right, sir.
This is why people need to tune in to Sabbath service, man.
Right, exactly
Learn
right.
from the real priests and prophets,
Right.
man. Here in the ISUPK underneath Commander General Yohana.
Right,
man.
right.
Like, what we showing you is that, like, in the Bible, it tells you, man, that money isn't going to always be a way of survival, man.
right.
Even the money fails. Even in the land of Egypt, when this famine hit, a 7-year famine hit, and the money failed.
Right.
Like, money didn't even matter anymore in Egypt.
Wow.
Like, it's gonna happen here in America. Go ahead,
Yeah,
cause
that's what I was
gonna
going to say. Is
say
that
that.
like the stock market falling? Same thing, right?
you can put it in that same context.
Come on, sir.
Go ahead, Mark. You got it.
And if I could, man, like this is just so heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at it, these are the Bible days, and this is the
Right.
first book of the Bible.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and look at it, fast forward into the day, man. You know what I'm saying? They got this, cryptocurrency.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they saying the cryptocurrency is gonna get to the point where it's gonna outweigh the actual dollar.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So now I mean, like that just shows you how not necessarily how advanced it is, but how money it don't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be to the point where, man, you know what I'm saying? Like you already doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can put your card you can have it programmed in your phone, and when you go to pay for something, shoot, man, you just tap your phone. I mean, so like they're understanding that, man. You don't need physical money anymore.
Right,
so
yeah,
what's the
right.
point of us even having money and having cards?
That's
we
right.
might as well just have everything on this phone.
Right,
You
right,
understand?
right,
and it's
right.
just so this is so spiritual, man. Like to just see this in the Bible, and then we're seeing it in we're in the year 2021.
That's right.
You understand? So
That's
it's like,
right.
man, like people need to understand, man. Like this Bible is biblical prophecy, and we're living it.
That's right.
And this is the first book in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Of course, all your Christian pastors, all these grandma that thinks she think that she knows everything about the Bible, they're not saying this right here.
Right.
Right.
You're only receiving this in the ISUBK under Commander General Yohana, man.
Damn right.
You understand? And that's the only place you're going to receive it. Anybody else that says this thing, they learned it from us, and they got it from us, man.
Damn right.
You understand? So, man, listen, we need to understand how imperative and just how dynamic this is, man, when it comes to the scriptures and how we're living it in 2021. And we're reading in the book of Genesis, man.
Right, give that brother a hand, man.
Damn right.
What that brother said is so heavy, man. And this is the reason why a lot of our people are going to perish in these
Wow.
last days, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because like Mark Dawkins said, the Christian pastors ain't breaking this down.
Hell no.
You think your Christian pastor even knows that's in there?
Right.
He don't even know that's in there.
Sir.
You can tell you like, hey, did you know money failed in the land of Egypt? Where it says that at? Where it says that at? And then when you show him, he still ain't gonna understand it.
Sir.
He's an idiot.
That's right,
He
sir.
still ain't gonna understand it. That's why you're only gonna learn this from the ISUPK.
That's right.
Underneath Commander General Yohana.
Right.
These fake Israelite groups ain't even doing this.
Right.
Right.
They're not telling people about how money and the economy failed in the land of Egypt. And they're not telling people that the same thing is going to happen here in America, man.
Right.
Right.
And even if they are, like Mark Duggan said, guess where they learned it from?
Right.
Guess where they learned it from? They didn't learn it on their own.
Right.
Right.
All these fake camps sitting on these corners wherever you go trying to be us, they learned it from us.
Right.
That's right.
Go ahead, Mark Duggan, you got it.
And if I could too, you understand, like this just shows you, man, once again of how filthy and disgusting and money hungry those Christian pastors are and the whole Christian church. Not along with them, but think about it. These fake Israelite groups. You understand? Like they're, look at IUIC.
Sheesh.
They got numbers.
Right.
But think about it. If you look at them, they're just like the Christian church.
Right.
Because, of course, these mega churches have what?
Right.
Millions and millions
Right.
of dollars.
Damn right.
And, of course, with IUIC and all these fake Israelite groups, all they want is numbers. Why? So they can bring in that income. Man.
Right.
You understand? That's all they care about.
That's
but,
all.
But of course, they're not understanding when the scripture says that the money failed.
Right.
That money is going to fail them. But of course, hearing this truth,
Right.
the brotherhood is going to outturn that money, man.
Damn right.
You understand? And that's what it's all about, man. Should like it, man.
That's right, sir.
Oh, it's just like, you understand? And of course, man, you understand, like this is just so pivotal, man, in this truth, man, that we don't chase after money, man. You understand? Chasing after money is going to lead you to death, man. It's going to lead you to a miserable death, whether it's a physical death or whether it's a whether it's a spiritual death, man. You say you choose your poison, man.
That's
You
right.
understand? Because here in the ISUBK, we don't give a damn about money. You understand?
right.
We pay our tithes, you understand? And whatever else, man, you understand? We're going to do our bills, whatever it is, man.
Right.
That's all we care about, man. You understand? Of course, when it comes to money, but mainly, you understand, we worried about our brothers and sisters coming out this hellhole and coming out that mindset of, oh, man,
right.
I got to have money.
That's
You
right.
understand? Like, I got to have, like the finest clothes, or, I got to have the biggest chain, man. To the hell with all that, man.
Right.
Serve your people, man. You understand? Serve your poopy, just like serve your people, and don't give a damn about money, man.
Right.
You understand? Don't let money be like, oh, man, like money is the reason why I got this. No, man, say the Lord is the reason why I got this,
Right,
man.
right.
Yeah, go ahead. You understand? The Lord is the reason why I got my vehicle, man.
If I may say
go
so.
ahead, Doc.
The Bible says the love of money
Come.
is the root of all evil. People
Come.
love it. Like
Come.
your T.D. Jakes going for Winfrey, they love it. How the hell they gonna spend $3 billion?
Right, come.
They love it so much that they're willing to compromise our word. That's what it is.
You know what? And you hit something very, very key, man. You know what I'm saying? You said compromise, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will, say, oh, man, if I had this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will, do this. But just like you said, Oprah Winfrey,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She got so much money. And what is she doing for the people in America, man? You know what I'm saying? What is, what's his name? Dang, what's his name? Think about it. Even with Kanye West, man, he's from Chicago, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he doing for the people that are in the hoods of Chicago?
Right.
But of course, money isn't everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Quote unquote, money isn't everything, man. Look at, Oprah. Man, like we got so many main people.
Tyler Scary.
Good night, man. Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all these people in the mainstream media and in Hollywood and say, oh, man, money ain't everything. But they just greedy, man. And they take it all in and they do what? To the hell with the hood people, man. To the hell with the niggas. To the hell with the Spics. To the hell with the Native Indians,
right,
man.
sir.
That's what they do, man. They don't give a damn about us, man. So why in the hell should we give a damn about them, man? They are a pillar of white supremacy. That's all they are, man.
Damn right.
Should like it.
That's
Should like it.
right hand,
If I may say, sir,
Go ahead.
they willing to compromise their own lifestyle, like Tyler Perry. We willing to act like put on a dress. You can't be no gayer than that. What do you mean? What you doing? Oprah Winfrey. She willing to bash all the men in the world. That's how she became famous, by bashing men. To tailor-made herself for all the white women and all of the white men and all, especially the women, empowering them.
And think about this
Right.
right here. So like, when Oprah Winfrey was doing that show back in the day,
Right.
think about who she was bashing black men in front of.
Right.
White women.
Damn right.
She put on this image that black men were just color purple.
Exactly.
Good night.
You don't think white women who watched her show went and watched Color Purple?
Exactly,
They
sir.
went and watched that movie
What
and
I'm
said,
talking about.
God, these black men are monsters.
Right.
Look at him. Look at him. He's just barbaric.
That's a
When,
fact.
when that lifestyle came from white people.
Damn right.
Exactly.
Who do you think was raping all the women?
That's right.
Can you
Exactly.
imagine a white man in the 1920s? Jeez,
night.
in the South?
Good night.
Where do you think all these incest children come from?
All right.
It's a grocery store right now in Pelton, South Carolina, where the people that work at the store are mentally challenged, and you can tell all of them children are by incest.
Good night.
It's like
Lord,
it's like walking into the hills. If you ever seen the movie called The
Right.
Hills Have Eyes, imagine them people having a grocery store. Like, I remember one was putting up meat, and the only thing I heard, he was just like, I was like, geez Louise, take the kids
Good
back to the
night,
car.
man.
Oh my
I
God.
promise you, man. And like the brother said, for money, our people are compromised.
Right.
Man.
Right.
We had a young brother. He was like 18, 19, and this is how destroyed we are now. And this is how you know we are in the last days.
That's right.
And just like the scripture says, you know, we are in spiritual Sodom and spiritual Egypt.
Right,
'Cause
right.
America has that same vibe.
Right.
This young brother, me and him were talking, man. Brother 19, this brother said, he said, man, and we was talking about money. And we was talking on the situation of, you know, how we wouldn't let money, you know, make us compromise.
Right.
And we was talking about the Lil Nas X about wearing the dress. This brother said, I would blow a rod for $5 million.
God dang.
Man,
I said, brother, you are gay.
Gay. Sick.
if I could, so
Come.
just real quick, man. And that just shows you, man, how, you know, just like you said, sir, how spiritually America is Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? People say that they won't compromise for money. People say
That's
that
right.
they won't, you know,
That's
do all these things. But when it's right in front of them, they were like, maybe I'll suck a little ride. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll just, bend over in the bathroom.
Lord have mercy.
But that's how Hollywood is.
That's right. That's right.
exactly how Hollywood is. And people think like, oh, people make it to the music industry, all good and dandy. But behind closed doors,
Right.
behind closed doors is another story. It's another whole life that they was not prepared for, man. And think about, I'm gonna get to you, Char. Think about the brother. What was that brother name? Bobby Shmurda. I remember seeing a video of how him dancing on the table as a puppet for white supremacy.
Damn.
Dancing on the table for white supremacy, and this was before he, he was famous. Dancing on the table, man. People will compromise their integrity
Right.
and their culture and their DNA for some damn money, man.
That's right.
Sure. Oh, like, sir.
Like that's heavy. I don't know, like what you're saying is so heavy, like to the point. Like that's exactly how Hollywood got started.
Right.
Like you look at all these actors or musicians and all that stuff. They got started off of homosexuality. And one key factor, what they had to sell their soul about. Y'all ever saw that movie, that Django movie, right? Django,
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx. Y'all ever heard like how he got that role? Jamie Foxx had to get bent over for that role right there.
Salagi, if I could.
Come on.
I heard they had to do the same things to get on that role in Star Wars because there's so much money
Yeah, so much money in it.
in Star Wars. They said in order for you to get
God damn.
in on that, you had to.
And if I could too, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why a lot of a lot of these, quote unquote woke rappers, you know what I'm saying, they're in the process of doing their own, independent thing. Because they understand and they know they're not gonna come out and say it, you know what I'm saying? But look at what was that, Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? Tory Lanez, I mean, like he did what? He's I mean, like I don't know the full story on it, but from my reading is what he did, you know what I'm saying? Like he did his albums and he did it for like $1. You know what I'm saying? Like $1 per album. And then, you know what I'm saying, people that actually bought the album, they can actually flip that and make more money off of it. You understand? And that was, I mean, I want to say his album came out like 5 days ago. So of course, now like mainstream media is getting all into it now. So it's like, man, we got to put a stop to this. You know what I'm saying? But man, like, like a lot of these artists, I want to say, quote unquote woke artists, you know what I'm saying? Like they're kind of understanding the whole process of how everything is going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now, you know what I'm saying? Like, lady, man, like I'm not about to do that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like they're not going to compromise their integrity. They're going to, take, You know what I'm saying? Like she kind of, she's like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
of
right.
course, now, you know what I'm saying? Like they're going to take that back route, which is which is a smart way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because of course, if they still want to pull out music, you know what I'm saying? Like if they still want to, produce great music, they don't want to, have to get bent over and, having people run trains on them.
Sheesh.
Come on now, man. Like that's not even in our DNA, man. She's like it, man.
If I may say, sir.
We talking about this all day with me.
Let
man.
me say, listen, money, the weight of money has been out of power circulation since 1937, Paul Wahlberg. We don't have any gold backing power of money. And these people getting bent over for a damn worthless, goddamn compromised dollar. Our people have lost, man.
That's all it is.
We gotta be really, the Bible's truly right. Of loving money, that's the root of all evil.
Damn right.
That is the absolute root of all evil, for us to do something, for you to go in. Don't you know what you do when you take and you bash the man like Oprah Winfrey's done, if I may, sir. If you take the man and you mess up the whole family when you fool with the man. Because we are the ones who run the family. But when Oprah Winfrey go in there and try to make herself the ruler of everything and empower the woman, you've messed up the poor man. Child support is levied. What else? You know, name all the things that we go to jail because we can't pay our child support. We can't run our families, man, because the man is, oh, you don't mean nothing here. And then the government enact programs keep the man out of the house.
And if I could, you know what I'm saying, like, it's to you, sir?
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying, like, and if I could, just real quick, you know what I'm saying, because you had a heavy point. You know what I'm saying, when you was talking about how taking the man out the household.
Right.
And then what happens, man? That woman is dependent to do what? To be the man and the woman.
That thing messed up.
How is that possible?
Can't, sir.
I mean, good night, man. I mean, like, think about it. What happens in the household if she sees a spotter? She's gonna fucking scream. You know what I'm saying? Scream out loud. Like, oh, well, quote unquote, she don't need a man though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't need a man. All she need a man is for what? To put him on child support.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, when somebody come in there and break in and rape her and her damn child, then what's happened?
Right.
Oh, well, she's just troubled. She's, like she has some issues. You know what I'm saying? No, fuck that, man. You know what I'm saying? Black women need black men.
That's
And
damn
of course,
right.
white supremacy,
Damn right.
white supremacy is
Exactly
taking that
right.
away from us, man. They are stripping that out of our households,
Right.
man. Because you know why? They don't want that black man in the household. Why? Because he's going to produce more black babies.
Right.
They don't give a damn about black man, man. And you know what? And the females, they're sucking it all in. Like, oh, I don't need a man. And guess who else is? That dumb ass Christian pastor, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To the hell with all Christianity and every forms of Christianity, man. Because child support is a form of Christianity, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They agree with saying fuck that. I'm gonna stop cussing. They are saying, you know what I'm saying, to the hell with the black man and let the women do everything. But of course, and then when like the woman's in trouble, and then what they come up with? They come up with the child tax. Now, what was it called? The child tax fund or some. You know what I'm saying? So now, not only is she getting child support, she's getting what? This child tax credit. You know what I'm saying? She's getting her refund. Right. So now it's just a money game, man. And just like Kazak said, money is the root of all evil. Sir.
And for you sisters who got men on child support,
evil.
For you sisters who got men on child support, the government giving you, it's like when you put the man on child support, now you able to get all the benefits from the government. Yeah. You're able to get your apartment and the government gives you a check. Food stamps. Like Mardaki said, when she goes to file her taxes, she gets all of that money back.
All of it.
And the tax credit. And y'all have the nerve and audacity to say men ain't crap. Like, and then this is for you all you what's them people called, the conspiracy theories, the Illuminati, blood sacrifice. When you go put that man on child support, you have just sacrificed him.
Right.
You have sacrificed him up to them devils, man. Because they're going to destroy him just so you can get yourself on your feet. There are many types and forms of sacrifices, man. When you go sign that paper to put him on child support, you are sacrificing that man.
That's right.
Walter Scott, Charleston, South Carolina.
That's right.
What did he get killed for?
Child support.
Walter Scott got shot in the back 6 times because of child support, man.
Damn.
The sister who put him on child support, she's a monster.
Right.
They sacrificed him up and he got executed.
Damn.
Because of child support, man. Because of money, like that's what type of time we on right now.
Right, sir.
This place is horrible, man.
It's finished.
So like you can go ahead. We're gonna get back on track.
Should like it, man. We can talk about this all night.
Open the door. I need to know something.
Right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47, verse 15. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph
That's right.
and said, "Give us bread.
They said what?
Give us bread."
Doesn't that sound familiar?
Right.
10 cents a day, you can help this helpless African.
Right. Come on, sir. Yeah.
Fly on his
That's
eye,
a fact, sir.
Stomach bloated. Esau ain't got no heart, man.
Man, I'm trying to say, no
He
harm.
won't even show his own people like that.
Right.
And you Africans, you funny shaped head Africans out there, you should be mad at Esau too for putting, y'all want to hate us because we say we not y'all, but Esau will put your kids on the TV for the world to see with their stomachs bloated, flies on their eyes, malaria? Malaria just, sheesh. Sheesh. Malaria tear them alive.
Right.
You let them put you on your TV, but you still love them. Go ahead, but go ahead.
Give us bread.
They said what?
Give us bread.
Who did they come to and ask for bread?
They came unto Joseph.
And that's going to happen again, man.
Right,
I
sir.
was about to say that.
It's going to happen again. You gonna come to the nation of Israel. You gonna.
Damn right.
It ain't gonna be no give us free. It's gonna give us bread.
Right.
Go ahead, Mario Doctor. You got it.
And if like this Bible is just so real, man. You know what I'm saying? If people now, coming to the realization that, that this Bible speaks truth, you only find that in the ISUBK. That's right. Listen, man, what's going on right now, you know what I'm saying, with Egypt and Joseph, that's the same thing's gonna happen when the kingdom comes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be asking for bread and meat and money, and what we gonna give them? We're gonna give them expired food. Cause don't they do to? I mean, like, good night. Don't they do that to us now?
That's right.
I mean, you go right here next door to fucking to Elam. What they got? They got inspired cookies. You know what I'm saying? Like they got pork in there. They don't even eat pork,
Brown
man.
bananas.
You know what I'm saying? Brown bananas, man. You know what I'm saying? Apples that literally came out came out they trunk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's been in there for days upon days.
That's right.
They still gonna sell it to you though.
Right,
That's on
right.
every
Exactly.
corner in America, man.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
And best believe in the kingdom, that's exactly what we're gonna do to them, man. Because they deserve it, man.
Right. Damn
So
right.
like it, sir.
And Salagi, I'm a little sharp go after me, but I came with like the slavery that I do now, which I hate dearly. I've been inside of these heathens stores,
Right.
and they have out of date chips.
Yeah.
Right.
These heathens had they had sodas on the front from Christmas.
I believe
Still
it.
trying to sell them.
I believe it.
Like you go back there in the back of their freezer. Like, listen, I recommend any brother do not eat any food that these heathens make at their stores. Fried chicken or anything. I don't been behind in that cooler and see what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Heathen pick up the apple and put this thing right out there. And you
I
get
believe
the
it.
apple. You don't even rinse the apple off. You just get the apple crunch.
Yeah.
Elam done blew his breath on it and wiped it on his shirt. Go ahead, sir. You had it, sir.
So like I said, all I wanted to say was not only are they selling expired food, but they taxing for it too. Like,
Damn.
Oh. We
So
got some
I
comments.
need to throw my phone out.
You got some comments,
angry.
cause you want to get some of these comments, sir, or
Yeah. We got some comments in there. Go on, bring them up.
Which you want to go from the top then?
yeah, kind.
It says, Khan, I had a big flying water bucket in the shower. I called my husband to come to kill it, and it stayed in the shower until I got home.
Get that sister a
Hey,
hand.
yeah, that's just a hand, man. Yeah, that's just
Because a lot of sisters ain't gonna tell you, but a lot
Right.
of sisters ain't gonna speak on how
Yeah,
small things as simple as a bug.
yeah. I'm trying to tell you.
I seen a sister. She was trying to prove a point on Facebook, right? Her tie went flat, and so she gets on Facebook and say, "See, women can fix ties too." And I looked at her dumb ass with that raggedy ass hand jack, the one that you got the little metal
Oh
thing.
man, you gotta turn around.
She out there sweating like hell, and I'm like, sis, what point you trying to prove that you can sweat real good?
Right.
I was like, if you had a husband, your husband would come out there and change the tire.
Right.
I'm going for a situation, right? My rib, the truck broke down. Alternator went out. She called me. The alternator went out. And give it here an officer to shine. That brother right there.
Right.
He was the one that told me. He was like, "Hey, Salagi, sir, the so and so is going out on your car. You might want to get it fixed."
Mm-hmm.
It went out on the Jeep. My rib called me. The sisters in there doing their thing, all doing their sisterhood thing, painting. Man, within an hour, the alternator was fixed on. Before she came out from her situation, the truck was back running. Like, you know how long it take to get an alternator fixed?
Right.
Damn right.
Now imagine if she didn't have no head, no husband. Imagine what she would have had to do. She would have had to get the truck towed.
Right.
Would have had to get it took into a shop. Would have had to talk to a mechanic. Would have had to find out how much it's gonna be. Wouldn't have got the truck ready until like 3 or 4 days later. Go ahead, Shaw. You got a shot.
She also would have had to get lied to about that part.
Give that brother a hand.
That's a fact.
The sisters think that everybody tells the sisters the truth. Like, everybody's real honest to these women these days.
God
I think everybody tells them the truth. I think.
Damn.
Everybody tells sisters the truth. And like Ashaya Allah said, would have got lied to. But the Most High allowed this sister to have a man to where I was able to set up everything. Boom, 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 boom. Only thing the sister had to do was go in the jar. So when she came back out, she was just like, "It's fixed already? It's fixed already."
Right, exactly.
Damn, an alternator on a truck got fixed in an hour?
Yeah.
That's why you need a husband.
You damn right.
I tell you.
When situations happen and it falls, let it fall
Damn
on your
right.
husband.
That's right.
Don't be an idiot. Sisters be like, "Oh, I ain't about to listen to no man." Okay, you explain to them kids while he's wearing them shoes to school and he's getting bullied to death.
Right, exactly.
Or why he doesn't know his father, or why, this happened to him and that happened to him. Sis, get you a husband. You got a sharp.
It's like if I may, I want like it's a situation happened like that yesterday with me. Okay, so like, man, so real, her tire went flat and her phone was dead, but I knew what she was simply because of when we was communicating. And so somebody seen my reel coming on. She was stuck on the side of the street and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they called me because they know who I am. And all that stuff.
They did what, Sean?
They called me.
They called who?
They called me.
Called a man.
They called me. They let me know that I think they seen a reel on the side of the road now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what's going on. All this, I'm letting you know. So me, I handle the situation. I go get her. I knew what's going on. I went to go see what's going on. I talked to her. She said her tire was flat. She was just sitting. Her phone was dead and all that stuff. She didn't know what to do. So, you know what I'm saying, I went to go handle it, get a tire, you know what I'm saying, got my people to change it for and all that stuff. She has to know but sit in my car with the AC blowing at.
What was she doing,
sit in my
son?
car with the AC blowing. I'm handling it. Just handling it.
Damn
Handling
right.
it.
God damn.
Damn right.
I wish I could sit in the car while my reel gets
Right. Man, hey, man, listen. If I could, sir.
You got it,
Man, just real quick, man. Like, that just shows you, man, how pivotal and how important
That's right.
the priests and prophets are, man. Because we give a damn about our women.
Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even though, you know what I'm saying, like, what they be going through, thinking that, like, it's impossible, it can't be done. But to us, like, oh, shit, let me go and get this phone call. Boop-de-doop. Hey, man, listen, I need you over here. And then bam, it's done. But, if it was up to her, just like Ashad said, man, like, she would have been tricked and lied to and say, man, oh, ma'am, this is going to be $1,500.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then what, man? And now she's out of $1,500, so now what? She can't pay her rent. You know what I'm saying? She can't, buy her kids clothes. She can't eat. But with a man, you know what I'm saying, we're going to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to make things happen to a T. And that's why how important men are in that household, man. If females do not understand it, man. You know what I'm saying? Females, and of course, you know what I'm saying, we blame white supremacy for everything, but of course, these women know, man. You know what I'm saying? They know that they are being bamboozled, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? By any form and shape, whatever the case may be. Of course, that's just another form of Christianity as well, too. You know what I'm saying? Not having that black man in that household.
Right.
Come on, man. Like it, man. I'm
gonna let Shark go out, but I'm gonna say one thing. You sisters need to get, not all you sisters, because you have some good sisters out here, man.
That's a fact, sir.
I've met a ton of great sisters in this school.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man, it cannot be matched, man. These sisters that's coming in this school,
Yeah.
getting their Hebrew names and shutting themselves of the world, the things that they do, it can't be matched, man.
Can't be matched.
It can't be matched. But you sisters in the world, man, stop trying to put your pride in the way.
Right.
Because you're doing nothing but hurting yourself and those
heavy,
kids.
Right.
I've seen countless times where sisters put their pride and that feminicity in the way of everything and destroy a whole household. Not and that's the point. They got to stop being selfish also, because you just so worried about how you feel that you don't even think about the kids, man.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going off a personal situation where I've seen with my own child where the woman tried to keep the child away for so long till he gets to a point where he has his own mind now. Right. You can't tell that child nothing. Hey, look, I want to meet my father. I want to go talk to my father. What you gonna tell her? You ain't going to meet your father. And you got some sisters who will do that. But then you got some sisters who just get to a point where they be like, I gotta let you go do your thing.
Right.
Let me get my pride. Let me slide my pride out the way.
Right.
You got a shot, y'all.
And a lot of sisters think emotional, which that is nature, but it comes to a point where you need to look at reality and take it for what it is. So when it comes to that effect right there, like you can't even stop that. You gotta live in reality. Get out your damn emotions and look at reality and take it for what it is, because that's what's gonna save you.
Get that brother a hand.
Right. Damn right.
Get that brother a hand, because we in the time now where television has so many and internet has so many of our sisters, and social media
Good.
has so many of our sisters living in a fantasy world they don't even see reality. It was like, I'm gonna give it to you after this too, Shar Salaki. It was a brother talking to this sister, and he was saying that the sister wasn't the most beautiful sister, but she was saying to him, like, if you want to talk to me, you gotta fly me out to where you're at and buy me bags. And he crushed her whole world.
Yeah, come
He
on.
said, have you looked at yourself? He said, have you looked at yourself? He said, the money that you want me to spend on flying you out first class and this and that, he said, I already got something lined up
Right, exactly.
that looks better than you.
Right.
And her face was, I just was thinking to myself, she needs some toilet paper.
Come on, sir.
You got it. Salaki, sir.
And
Salaki.
if I could, I'm gonna go after Sharp, but you got it, brother.
You got it, sir.
Let me forget what I was gonna say. But like, it's like take time. I was gonna say like every damn woman needs a damn man in the household.
Right.
So that previous situation we was talking about earlier, when you know what I'm saying, they probably lying to her about how much the price gonna be. What about if it's nighttime, your phone ain't on, and they saying, well, you got some nice lips. I can change your car if you let me get some of those lips. You know what I'm saying? And they got guns on their shoulders. They got guns right there on them. And you want to be feminine then, or you want to be masculine then, whatever you want to be then. Now.
Exactly.
That's why there ain't nothing wrong with telling your man where you at, man. Let's check in with your man. Let him know where you at all damn times.
Right.
There ain't no telling when you gonna lose that tire and you gonna be stuck out there in the damn dirt. Salaki.
And Salaki, to go out what you said, I know some situations that don't happen.
Right.
Where sisters didn't let nobody know they was at.
Mm-hmm.
And when they came to the house, it was a sister. Her brother was the one that told me about it. Her brother told me about it. It was his cousin. His sister was out there in the world doing her thing. But the sister got in a situation where her car broke down and she needed it to be towed. The guy that she needed it to be towed by, which was a devil,
Wow.
got her to the point where she had to have sex with him to get her car towed.
Damn.
And when she came back to the house,
Damn.
she was like in an emotional wreck because she didn't want to do it, but she did it out of fear.
Right. Yep.
And whatever she was trying to do that night, like whatever secret she was trying to do, whatever, and this the worst thing about it, the sister had a man.
Right.
The sister had a man,
Wow.
but went out with her friends, hanging out, and got stranded, and she had needed her vehicle to be towed, and didn't even she called the tow truck company before she called her husband.
Right.
And when the tow truck guy came, everything went out of hand.
Go ahead, brother.
I got something short, and I can only imagine how that brother felt right there. You know what I'm saying? If Rib did that, ain't no telling what went through his mind, but I can imagine what really went through his mind.
She didn't even tell him.
What?
This was her cousin that told me.
Good.
She still didn't tell him. But she was in such an emotional wreck because she felt like she had got raped. And she pretty much did. And she said she told him, she didn't even tell her husband because she didn't think about how he was going to look at her. And she said that how it made her feel, she said she had never been afraid like that before in her life. Said she was on a back road stuck, car wasn't working, trying to figure out what it was. And guess what it was? The goddamn battery.
Wow.
She just needed a
Wow.
She needed her car to be boosted. After she had sex with the guy, he got the shit started. Salaki got the car started and told her she needed a battery. And she felt like, I don't even want to talk about
That's
it
it
no
hurt
more.
my heart. So
I don't even want to talk about it no more because I'm getting pissed off. Go ahead.
What I can say, sir, if I
wanna
can
talk
say,
about it.
sir, that's why when money fell, when the government fell, when this nation fell, the Bible says, if I can give this precept, sir,
Go ahead.
Ephesians 5:22, it says, wives, submit yourself to your own husbands as unto the Lord. That's what you should have been doing, for the husband is the head of the wife. Even as Christ is the head of the church and the Savior of the body. If you'd been submitting yourself to your husband, calling for what you need, you wouldn't have all these problems like that.
And if I could, so just real quick, man, you know what I'm saying? This is a real heavy topic, man. You know what I'm saying? This is something that is very obsolete in the black community, man. Because everybody want to be so damn independent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to believe in these damn reality TV shows, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to think that, oh, you know, I can get my own money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I can do for my kids. I can do for this. You know what I'm saying? Then going back to what Officer Bun was saying earlier, man, about like how the old, you know, like the women had these quote unquote standards. And this happened to me personally, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind bringing it out, you know what I'm saying? Or, or saying it. I remember when a sister told me that, you know, I couldn't judge her because I didn't have $1 million in my bank account, man.
Good.
Wow.
$1 million in a bank account. You know what I asked? I'm like, do you have $1 million in your bank account? Well, you know, it's not that. I'm like, come on now. It's just like you need to, you know what I'm saying, shut the fuck up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like that's the issue with these women. They don't know when to shut their mouths.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because America has brainwashed their mindset to believe that they're over the man.
Right.
You understand? When the man is the leader, I mean, think about it, man. Where are all the good men at? Here in this ISUBK, man. These are the only righteous men that give a damn about their women, man.
Yeah, right.
The only man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you can say, oh, man, you know, like he's taking care of his, you know, his women and all this. That's only because, why? Because he has a lot of money. And, you know, of course, according to America, he's definitely cheating on her for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
You can best believe that. Because, you know, because he's not happy at home. All that woman cares about is money, man, because that was that is what America has conditioned them to believe in. That's the only thing American conditioned women to believe in.
Damn right.
It's the money and well, if he don't have a certain, you know, job or, you know, stature, anything in that nature, he don't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? But his brothers, man, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, have minimum wage jobs, that lead their household, man. And while that woman has that 5-figure job, she giving him all of his money, man.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? Because she knows if she has that money, she's gonna make dumb mistakes, man. But with him, he's gonna make sure that the bills are getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's needed, and more importantly, those tithes are getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, and it goes back to what you know what we all been saying. The men are so important, man.
That's right.
Women think on emotions. Men think logically, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Men think logically, and more importantly, man, men are men.
Right.
No, it's no femininity when it comes to these masculine men.
That's right.
And toxic masculinity, man.
Right.
None whatsoever, man. Shalaki, man.
And like the scripture just said, in Egypt, the money failed, man.
If you don't mind.
The money failed. And when the money falls again, you think you being effeminate. You think you being feminine is gonna? Hey, you need some ice?
No, I'm good, sir.
You think you being feminine is gonna save your life? What you gonna do when somebody breaks in your house?
Damn right.
You gonna tell the robber, "I don't need a man."
Right.
You gonna be, God, I need a man.
Good. I'm good, sir. I'm good.
And that's why the scripture says, in those days, 7 women
Right.
should take hold of one man.
God, sir.
And it ain't specifically 7 women, because it just means a lot of women.
Right.
Like sisters, I'm telling you now, be prepared to share your husband.
God.
Because when these times hit, when the money fails in America,
That's right, sir.
these sisters are going to flock to these brothers in the ISUPK.
Damn right.
And
That's
you're
a
going
fact,
to want to
sir.
make sure you still by his side.
Right.
Because them same sisters are going to look at you and be like, damn, she got to be a glorious sister to be with him. And they going to come to you asking you questions. They going to come to you figuring out how to do things right. What can we do to make him happy? What can we do to help build this? And you're going to have to get him answers. And he's going to give them answers.
got a comment, sir, if I could.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sister Yana says emotions can be deceiving.
How many people don't got killed because of their emotions?
Right.
Emotions, yes, kind of concept.
I don't seen. I seen. Like I forgot who I was telling this story, but I think it was a brother I knew in where I'm from. A brother was mad because his baby mother, who he wasn't with anymore, was with another man, and he got mad because he seen her with another man.
Damn.
Went to the house. This brother was a big brother now.
Right.
Went to the house, kicked the front door in, and when he kicked the front door in,
Wow.
the dude shot him back out the front door with a shotgun.
Damn.
He kicked the door
Good
in.
night.
Boom! As soon as he kicked the door in, boom! Right back out the front door.
Right.
And he died in the front yard.
Mm-hmm.
So that brother basically was in sin for him to go about it. Right?
Yeah, because that wasn't his woman anymore.
Right.
And this the crazy thing about it. The sister wasn't even dealing with him.
Right.
Like he was just, you know how some brothers be like, you know, they got a reputation for being bullies. Like for being,
Right.
and he was one of them type of brothers who was like, you know, ain't nobody gonna talk to my baby mama. And if the sister wanted to talk to somebody, she had to literally try to meet a man outside of wherever they lived at.
Wow.
And if she did, and if he found out, he was usually known for beating up the man.
Damn.
But this time, he got shot back out the front door and died in the front yard because of his emotions. Go ahead, because we got to get back on these scriptures.
Shalaya about that. Who was on verse? We were on verse 16 now, right? That's the time, right?
Word. Yes, sir.
Most High in Christ. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47, verse 16. And Joseph said, "Give your cattle, and I will give you your cattle if money fails."
Wow.
Sheesh. That boy Joseph was slick, boy. Joseph said, "Give me your cattle, and if money fails," he said, "I'll give you my cattle."
I will. He said, "Give your cattle, and I will give you for Shalaya." And Joseph said, "Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fails."
So he was gonna give them bread.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that nigga slick, boy. That boy smart. He said, "Look," and like we were saying earlier,
Right. Right.
whoever controls the food, man, you
Right. Exactly.
That's
you
right.
can run a whole country.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
He
sir.
said, "Listen, I'm gonna give you bread, but give me those malnourished ox that you got right there that look just like you with the bones showing. Give them to me. And if money fails, just give me your animals." Go ahead.
Con, sir. Verse 17, and they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses.
And and think about that, man. Think about how much a horse is worth, man.
Right.
You give somebody a loaf of bread and they give you a horse.
Mm-hmm.
I want that deal.
Right.
I want that. Listen. Matter of fact, we need to find out how to make bread. I got caught off another bar.
Oh, yeah. He
When
definitely
money
make
fails,
bread.
people gonna be giving
That's
you
exactly
horses,
right, sir.
That's a fact.
guns, cars
Right.
for a loaf of bread. You had
I
something?
got a comment, sir, if I
Comment.
could. You want me?
Go ahead. You
There's
got
a
it.
comment right here says from Olivia Arnold. May I just speak in, General? What?
No.
What if you
Oh,
dealing with?
Just speaking
what-
in general,
What
Shalaya.
in general? May I speak in general? What if you dealing with a man who don't never respond back when you try and tell him where you at all times?
Who said that?
So Olivia Arnold.
She said so she's trying to give the man pretty much. Is she in the school first off?
I'm not sure, but Olivia Arnold, could you respond and see if you're in the school? I'll repeat it again. Let's let us know if you're in the school or not. They say, may I just speak in general? What if you dealing with a man who don't never respond back when you try and tell him where you at all times?
Sis, continue to do what you're doing because you're not doing anything wrong.
Right.
Continue to do what you're doing. You're not doing anything wrong.
That's right.
You're actually doing something that is righteous.
Right.
Because you're trying to give him the respect he deserves as a husband.
Right.
And if he's not responding back, just sit back and you seeing how things go. You starting to observe. You starting to see if this man truly cares about you or if he doesn't. You know, maybe he might be busy.
Right.
Maybe he's working. But if it goes on a point or where it's 2 or 3 days and he's not responding back,
Right.
and you're
Right.
doing everything correct, he might not want to be with you no more.
Right.
And if I could add,
Go ahead.
he may be a homosexual. You understand? I'm just gonna throw it out there because if it's not a priest and prophet in the ISUBK, I question everyone that's not in the ISUBK.
That's a fact.
You understand? They have an issue
Damn
with
right,
dealing
sir.
with women.
Right.
You understand? Of course, here in the truth, we're gonna deal with our women. You understand? Whether
Damn
we
right.
like it or not,
That's
we're
right.
gonna deal with our women. And when a woman, texts us and saying, "Oh, I'm over here, I'm doing this," the water.
Yonder.
I appreciate you
That's
reaching
right.
out to me
Right.
because I'm a man.
That's right.
She
You
said,
understand?
If I may say so.
Come on, go ahead.
Say,
Go ahead.
I go to school online in person when I'm able to.
Most High in Christ.
So get that
man.
sister a hand, man. Sis, and another
like
thing,
that.
sis, wherever you located at, get in contact with your camp leader and
Camp
get
counselor.
counsel on that situation, because that is a situation that your counsel, the leader over your school can most definitely help you with. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing right. You're showing honor to your husband by doing these things.
God.
But also call into wherever city you at,
It's from San Bernardino. I
San
believe,
Bernardino.
Oh,
You need to
she
get
in
in contact
Cali.
with the
sir.
cap.
Officer, Captain Kahan, I believe, sir.
No, that's not Captain Khan. That's Captain.
Gadar.
Captain
Gadar,
yes. Okay, Captain. Sir.
Great captain, man. Call and get in contact with him,
Captain Khan, sir.
and he's gonna help you to handle that situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the full details on it. I don't want you to
Matter
get
of fact,
into
I'm
the.
about to give it the number.
You about to get the number right now,
Matt.
sis.
to
Said
Cap.
she said San Bernardino.
San Bernardino. I
This
believe
is the
it.
number to cap. Matter of fact, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, come.
So the number to Captain Gadar is 619-259-1083. You understand? So get in contact with that captain.
Hope you listen up, sis. Repeat that number for me, officer. If you listen up, sister, Olivia Arnold, officer's gonna repeat it for you again. What was that number, sir?
Give me 1 second.
He's gonna repeat that number so you can get in contact with our captain in California. Okay?
So Captain Gadar number is 619-259-1018.
Oh, come.
And if you give it to her again, sis, just let us know if you got the number, sis.
Yeah.
Say con, say yes or con to let us know here in the class, and let us know that you got that number, sir. We're trying to assist. We're trying to help you. Okay?
And sis, what you did is very righteous because you're trying to fix the situation. You're trying to fix the situation. A lot of sisters won't do that.
Right.
But we're gonna go back to these scriptures because sheesh.
Hey man, listen man, this is what needed, man. You know what I'm saying? Because these women, they need to realize, man, you know what I'm saying, like, black men are needed, man.
Damn right.
You understand? But we're gonna go ahead and get back to the scriptures, man, like the other one said, man. Verse 17, and they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for the horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle of the herds, and for the asses. And he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year.
For a whole year, the people around that land in Egypt gave Joseph all of their cattle, all of their flocks, everything just for bread. And we all know them Africans ain't too smart anyway.
Not at all.
But the Most High was most definitely with Joseph on this situation. You think about a whole year right now. Let's say the nation of Israel, right? We have bread. Let's say everybody from America comes to us and gives us all of their livestock for bread. Do you know how rich we would be?
Right.
Go ahead. You got it.
Come, sir. Verse 18. When that year was ended, they came unto the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent.
Right.
My Lord also have our herds of cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our lands.
That was it on that?
Come, sir.
That was 14.
I'm at the end of verse 18 now.
That's what we were trying to go to?
16, but we're into where we
Yeah.
were reading.
We'll read one more and we're gonna
I'll wrap it up. Sir. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47, verse 19. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes? Behold, we in our land, buy us in our land for bread, and we in our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die.
This was Joseph saying that?
Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes?
Come on, sir. It's Joseph speaking.
Go back up and start from that scripture again. If you
Come on,
could,
sir. Verse 19. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we in our land, buy us in our land for bread, and we in our land will be servants unto Pharaoh.
Right.
Right, and Joseph didn't want. He said he pretty much saying he didn't want to be servants.
Come on, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Joseph was smart, man. He didn't want to be no slave to Pharaoh. He didn't want to be a slave. He wanted his people to have their own. They paid money to Pharaoh. They gave him everything that he needed. Everything that they owed to Pharaoh, they gave it to him. But at the same time, they didn't want to be servants either, man. And that's what we don't need to be here in America, man. We don't need to be servants, man. You know what I'm saying? When you join the Christian church, you a servant. When you join the Muslim mosque, you are a servant. When you join the military and the police squad here in America, you are a servant. Yes, you might have to work a slavery here and there, but you ain't got no choice but to do that. But when it comes to being a police officer or joining the military, you don't have to do that.
Oh, God, sir.
You got it out.
If I may say, sir, that's Joseph. If I can, sir.
Go ahead.
Joseph bought all the land because the famine, money meant anything to them. So in other words, it was cheap enough to buy, just with food. You know, that's all he needed was food. That was like money.
You understand? And that's so. This is just so important, and it just shows you once again, like just wrapping everything around, and just show you how important it is, man. To it's nothing wrong with dealing. You know what I'm saying, with the oppressor or with these heathens when it comes to business. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a business transaction right here. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing but a business transaction right here. There's nothing wrong with that. Right. But of course, going back to the earlier story, how, Jacob was saying, like, man, just let us dwell here. You know what I'm saying? Let us be us. Right. You know what I'm saying? We can do business with y'all, but of course, when it comes to, when it comes to, living with them and drawing accustomed to their lifestyle. Right. That's the issue. Right. You know what I'm saying? Joseph made a stamp like, hey, man, listen, this is what's going to happen. This is how we're going to do things. Right. And if you don't like it, then so be it, man. Right. Y'all going to be without bread and, meat and cattle, whatever the case may be. Right. You understand? But Joseph made a stamp of approval saying that listen, man, we can do business with y'all, but we're not about to dwell with y'all. Right. You understand? Right. Sir.
And that's how we need to be now, man. Like General Yohana, General Muhammad, all the generals have said, it was like you don't have to give your love to America. Go work your job, do your thing. You gotta survive. Right. That don't mean go sit down and have a drink with Esau or celebrate his traditions and his holidays. Nah, man, don't do that. Don't be a servant, man.
If I can, sir, General Yohana also said, so store up some things for us, man, because money ain't worth a damn. It's gonna fail. So put some canned goods in your house for our people, man. Put some things that perishables, not perishable like lettuce, tomatoes. Put something in a can that you can grab hold to. We give out much food to our people, so it says store this stuff back so you'll have something to give away and even eat for yourself when money does fail.
Yeah, right. You got it out.
So we about done, sir.
Okay, we'll do one more, then we're gonna go ahead and close out.
Sir.
We go to 22, sir, we'll be finished.
All right, we'll do 22.
Sir.
Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we in our land? Buy us in our land for bread, and we in our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that the land be not desolate. Verse 20, and Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh's. Wow. 21. And as for the people, he removed them to cities from one end of the borders of Egypt even to the other end thereof.
Man.
22. Only the land of the priest brought he not, for the priest had a portion assigned them of Pharaoh, and did eat their portion with Pharaoh, gave them, wherefore they sold not their lands.
Right, that was it.
That's it, sir.
All right, men of Israel, Magim. All right, we're going to go ahead and blow the shofar.
On concept.
We gotta do.
Sister Liviana said, "Thank you. She got it, sir."
Hey, Yonder Bar says, hey, the water to you, sis, for tuning in. And
Layashala.
Mashallah.
Sheesh.
Turn it.
One more time. You can blow the shofar one more time.
On concept.
Oh yeah, that brother been drinking some yeah with that one, ain't he? Most High in Christ, man.
He gonna go ahead and uncover the scrolls. I ain't gonna knock your cup
Oh,
off.
you too wild, sir.
All right, men of Israel, prepare to salute the Torah. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshabrak Yah.
Shabrak.
Oh, this one's Y'all Bashim Yah Shabrak Yah.
All right, men of Israel. Men of Israel. Sar, we're going to turn to face the east.
On concept. On concept.
We're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer.
The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Rush. Hayah. Shabka. Yahweh. Alatwaka. Aba'ah. Atazayaka. Hayah. Asha. Arataza. Hayah. Hashemayim. Nathan. Noah. Nakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalak Yanawa. Kawawak Yanawa. Wasalak Yanawa. Kawawak Yanawa. Wala'ah. Babaya Yanawa. Sayawan, Bo, Awashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Naka, Amalakwath, Wahala, Wathaporav, Awilanyam, Aman.
Amen. What's on Christ? What that brother just said in the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
And forgive our debts.
Forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
Lead us not
into temptation.
Temptation.
But deliver us.
Deliver us
from evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So
Amen.
be it.
Amen.
Water. Hakakta power. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahusha.
Bashim Yahusha.
Bakasha.
Bakasha.
Dalanawa. Akak. Akak. Larapa'ai. Kamalaka. Akal. Marawa. Akak. Atahar. Aratazarium. Akak. Ahakwayam. Amakyam. Akak. Arakawaf. Amatala. Agarsham. Bashim Yahusha. The water.
The water.
Aman.
Amen. What we just said in the English was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Bless Israel. Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Asherallah, Vayabayaf, Sapariam, Barak, Rapa'ah, Hagan, Hashem Yahweh Shai, the water, Amen.
What we just said in the English was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless He'll sure protect.
Bless He'll sure protect
our loved ones.
our loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahorayam, Mayan, Yabah, Azaria, Mayan, Yawah, Asha, Ashama, Asharataza, Ayathan, Lamawat, Magalyaka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Ana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Ayashan, Ashamar, Asharala, Slakia. Yakaka, Yashamarka, Yahawah, Tazalwa, Ayad, Yayenka, Yahamam, Ayamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Walayala, Wayawa, Ashamarka, Makal Rai, Ashamar, Af, the Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazafka, Wayabatka, Maitha, Wayad, Awalam.
What we just said in the English was, I will lift up my eyes.
I will lift up my eyes
to the hills.
To the hills.
From whence come my help?
Cometh my help.
My help come from Yahweh.
My help comes from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
Not
moved.
suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He will keep thee without slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
From all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
And thy coming in.
and thy coming in,
From this time forward.
from this time forward,
And even forevermore.
even forevermore. Psalms 83. Alahayam, Adamaya, Naka, Atokarash, Royal, Ashakwat, O, Kayahana, Oyabadjaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Almaka, Yamarwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Yawadazah, Yawazo, that's Salakia. Al-Tazah, Salakia, sir. Al-Tazah, Pawanyaka, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakadam, Mayawa, Wala'ah, Lakazah, Sham, Yasharallah, Awada, Kaya, Natazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Ayawa, Mayaraf, Mayaraf, Ahalia, Araba, Wa, Yashamai, Alahaya, Mawaba, Wagorium, Wabo, Wamawan, Wamalak, Halashat, An, Yashabyaka, Kazawa, Gum, Ashawa, Nalawa, Imam, Ayawa, Sarawai, Lambanya, Lawat, Salawa, Asha, Lakam, Kamadian, Kasayab, Sarai, Kabadian, Badakol, Kakwashwan, Ashadmawa, Bayawan, Wara, Ayawa, Daman, Larama, Shayatamwa, Nadab, Yamadwa, Kararab, Asha, Amawa, Narashaya Shah, Salakia. Lanawa. Atha. Nanawa. Alahaya. Sayathamwa. Gaya. Wash. Lapanya, Ra'a, Mayash, Arya, Wa, Kalaba, Valahat, Awariam, Khan, Daradakma, Bayisarga, Washaba, Wapata, Dabahalam, Mala, Panyaham, Malawan, Waya, Vakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahauya, Ayai, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abarwa, Waya, Bawa, Kaya, Afta, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Ayawan, Akarataza.
That brother just said in English was, keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo thy enemies.
For lo thy enemies.
Make a tumult.
Make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
They that hate thee.
Have lifted up their heads.
Have lifted up their heads.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
Said,
Come.
Come.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
The name of Israel.
The name of Israel.
May be no more remembrance.
May be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacle of Edom.
And the
And the Ishmaelites
of Moab.
of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
The Baal. And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
Amalek.
The Philistines.
Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Oh, Salaki. Assure also is joined with them.
Assure is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Lot.
Do unto them.
Do unto them
As unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Syrian,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
At the brook of
as the
Kasar.
brook of Kasar,
Which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became a dung of the earth.
Make their nobles like a reb.
Make their nobles like a reb.
And like Ze'er.
Like Ze'er.
Yea.
Yea.
All the princes as Zabah.
All the princes of Zabah.
And as Amuda.
And as Amuda.
Who said?
Said,
Let us take to ourselves.
let us take to ourselves
The houses of Yahweh.
the house of Yahweh
In possession.
in possession.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As to stumble before the wind.
Stumble before the wind.
As the fire burneth their wood.
The fire burned the wood.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
Flame that set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
Make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble.
In trouble.
Forever.
Forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou. Whose name alone.
Name alone
Is Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Over most high.
Most high.
Over all the earth.
All the earth.
All right. I'm sorry. Turn back. All right. Anybody? We're gonna sit that back down. All right, man. This is what we're gonna go ahead and close out. Anybody want to be anointed? All right, let's start first. It's like a circle because I think they put a all on the brother head.
Okay, sir.
So you can step up. There you got it. All right. Only the man back here with me gonna say this. Yabarak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh.
Ashamarika.
Ashamarika.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yashaya.
Yashaya.
Shalak. Yashaya Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Wayashanyaka.
Wayashanyaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim.
Bahashim.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
Ashayal.
Ashayal.
Ashayal. Ashayal. Bahashim Yahweh Shah.
Bahashim Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
What we just said in English was, Yahweh, bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless, heal, shield, and protect. All right, men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barak. All right, with that, we're going to close out.